I really don't fully understand or know what's going on with my YouTube channel. I'm really confused by it. I'm trying to understand why in the last day I've gotten over 30 subscribers. I just recently went over to hit 850 subscribers. And now I'm at 889. And I don't know why. I'm not sure. I'm not complaining. I'm not. If people want to subscribe to my channel, great. I just don't understand why you're subscribing to it other than you liked what I said in this video right here 3 weeks ago. See the views on my channel? Look at this. 43, 53, 71. 848. For some reason, this Wyvern video got 848 views. Very strange. But let's go. Keep going. 256, 54, 230, 98. So a couple of them pretty good for me. I mean, 889 subscribers, 230 views. That's a lot. 78, 30, 81, 244. My L5R drawings. 89, 291 with the secret to manifesting thing. I wasn't showing the secret to manifesting. I was showing a video that claimed to show the secret to manifesting. My little fishing story manifesting miracle only has 87 views. Our racing tournament, 36 views. That's what I expected. Our pool playing video, over 2 hours of us playing pool, 74 views. Okay, one of my latest piano improvisations, 71 views. This is what I expect. I did not expect this one to get 520 views. But again, it's about manifesting. But this manifesting only got 87. This one got 291. Okay, so this one got 520. And so I'm like, all right, that's fine. But if we just keep going, and right there is 21,000 views from 3 weeks ago. Nothing since then has even gotten 1,000 views. I'm baffled why this one has 848, but if I go on my most popular, this is the second time a Wyvern video has produced a lot of views. This one has 790. Now this one I kind of understand. My introduction to my Forestera's Fate novel, my narration of my fantasy novel that I wrote, 760 views. That I get. And for those who don't know, I did a thing about High Ren, and that got 45,000 views. That was insane. My other video by Ren got 8,500 views. These are the only 3 videos I've made that got crazy views. That totally surprised me. Got a bunch of subscribers when I made these 2 videos too. But then a lot of people unsubscribed later, and I assume that that's going to happen again, and that's okay. Again, I don't know why people are subscribing. I don't know what it is I said in this video that you people all that apparently resonated with you people. I'm saying it wrong. But thanks. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. I'm happy that people are subscribing to my channel. I just don't know what I don't know what I don't know what you want from me or what you'd like me to do in the future. I'm a D&D enthusiast who loves playing collectible card games, and I'm into my fantasy novels that I wrote. This is what I want people to do. I want people to go listen to my story. But, 760 views. I wish that was 7 million views. Be honest. I'll be totally honest with you. This is if I could have anything, yeah, that is something. But and I have gotten some good comments about it. So who knows? Maybe at one point people will start listening to my D&D book that I wrote. I already showed you the book. Here are illustrations from that book, and there's the book right there. And I show all of the color illustrations that are in my book right in that video, which has a whopping 43 views. Okay, I said all that to say this. I'm very much into fantasy, Dungeons and Dragons, fantasy playing card games, Legends of the Five Rings, which is this thing here, Wyvern, which is this here. But there is a book series that I absolutely love. My favorite, by far, my favorite book series, and I just recently read it again because I hadn't read it in over like 20, 30 years. And the wonderful thing about this book series is that the author narrated his book on YouTube. Well, it wasn't on YouTube. It didn't exist when he narrated it, but the people who have his narration got it on YouTube. Anyone can now listen to it, and the wonderful thing is you can also buy it. You can buy his 10-book series in one book, or you can buy the individual books on Amazon as well. You can do either or, but you only have to buy the first 5. There are 2 series. The first 5 books is one series, and the second 5 books is a separate series. You don't need to read them unless you want to. They're very, very good. The first series is the best. In my opinion, this first book series, The Chronicles of Amber by Roger Zelazny, is the greatest fantasy book series ever written. In my opinion, it's better than Lord of the Rings. There's a guy, I always forget the guy's name, and I was told he's trying to get it turned into a movie. He's one of the talk show guys, the late night talk show guys. And he's trying to do it. He's a big fan too. I hope he succeeds. I can't believe this has not been turned into a movie, or at least a miniseries. I think it would make a better miniseries, but that's just me. So the book, Roger Zelazny, is right here. I'm going to show you. This is Roger himself. Whoops, let me slide it over. This is Roger himself narrating his book, and this is book 1. This is the YouTube channel that created this just 1 year ago. Let me slide that up so you can see. Actually, I'm not going to say any more about that. I just wanted you to see this. This book was put out here. Let me get 1 year ago. I don't want to give away anything. If I showed the rest, don't read the stuff. It'll give away things. The stuff that's below that, don't read it. You don't want to know, okay? This book series is something that every fan of fantasy should read. Everyone who's played Dungeons and Dragons needs to read this book. It's not D&D, but it's D&D-ish. Now, I'm saying all this for a different reason. I'm getting to it. And again, maybe this will only get 80 views like other videos I've made. Whatever. I hope it gets a lot of views. I hope this really blows up because I really want people to listen to this book and see what you think. I was going to play in it the first 2 minutes of this book. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. The first 2 minutes, if those first 2 minutes or 3 minutes doesn't hook you, I'll be very surprised. Just click on this and listen to it, okay? There's an actual video that is this series that it just plays like the first 3 minutes of the video. And I'm like, why did you make a 3-minute video of this book? What was the point of that? But that's all you need to read. That's all you need to listen to find out if this is something you want to, that interests you. That like, I want to read the rest of this or listen to the rest of this. You can, like I said, you can buy all 10 books are in one big book. You can buy it on Amazon. If you go look on Amazon, you'll see it. And I have that book and read the first 5 books again, finally read it again for myself. But I also listened to the narration while I was reading. And I found that to be so good to hear the author telling me in his words, reading to me what he wrote, his inflections, that's what I'm trying to say, in how he wrote what he wrote. It was just phenomenal. So Roger Zelazny, The Chronicles of Amber, is now, I sent this to my friend, a friend I've never met in person, met through YouTube. He's listened to my first book. I know he's listened to some of my narration of my second book. He just finished reading this book. And he's going to make a video coming out Sunday. I'm going to show you his little thing. He's doing a live stream. I'm going to show you this now. It's comical because he puts his head, he replaces the lead character's head with his head. And so this is going to be a funny pick. Get ready. Here we go. So there he is. It's just cracking me up when I look at that. But on May 25th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, the Dungeon Minister is going to be doing a live stream about this book. Now, I'm going to read this to you real quick. A while ago, my friend, Lightmane, that's me obviously, sent me a copy of Roger Zelazny's Chronicles of Amber. It was the first Amber series, known as the Corwin Cycle, and reading it got me through the winter's serious snowstorms and a long bout of flu. The story lives up to every bit of the pulpy awesomeness on the cover and is a classic fantasy literature included in the famous Appendix N. That is the Dungeon Master's Guide for those of you who don't know. I should have called that up and shown it to you, but Roger Zelazny's Amber series is mentioned in Appendix N. Join me for a wee because it's a truly sprawling story, Shadow Walk. Go join me for a wee Shadow Walk. Okay. I cannot wait for this. This is gonna. I'll be in the chat. I already left the chat thing. He listed it accidentally as May 21. He changed it. So this is a lot of people's favorite fantasy. I'm not the only one to say that. But this guy's a riot. He's an Anglican priest, so he probably will be wearing his priestly garb. He usually does on his channel. I've mentioned his channel before, but I'm just going to show it to you. Here he is right here. And he does some of the most fun videos. He plays basic D&D. It's called BECME, for those of you who don't know, which is old school D&D. And he plays with his 3 sons and his wife. He tells the story of how the game sessions went. That's what all these videos are. Each one of these is a game session, except this one, which was Easter, and he comes on to say, Happy Easter. He does this at Christmas and Easter every year. But these are just great. So now he's going to be doing this, and I can't wait to see it. So I highly recommend you check this out. I highly recommend you check with us in the come be with us in the chat. I'll be there for this live stream. Okay, as you can tell, I don't have a script. I don't like using scripts. I don't mind making an outline or something to give myself notes, but I'm not a script kind of guy. I sent him these books because of my book series. And this is my book series now. I'm going to show you my book series that I narrated on my channel, just like Roger Zelazny narrated his book. There was no YouTube when he did that, and he's passed away. He passed away in the 90s, sadly, because he'd still be alive today if he hadn't. Pretty sure he would be, though he'd be pretty old now. But anyway, here is my book 1 series, my first book that I wrote. This is the first novel that I've ever written. I've narrated the entire thing. I would love for people to listen to it. That first introduction video has 760 views. It drops off quickly, 258, 146, 130. So I don't have many views at all. But I wrote a second book, and the second book is right here, called, you can't see it all here. It's called The Caves of Ordered Randomness. And these are the chapters, and I'm just going to show you a couple things. Chapter 8 is called Corwin the Paladin of Amber. And this is an important one too. Chapter 14, The Heroes of Honeywood, because the Heroes of Honeywood are the Dungeon Minister's campaign. That is the Dungeon Minister's campaign. I bring his group into my story. And his oldest son has read my 2 books. And he said it was weird to see the characters that they play in the book. It was weird for him to do that. It was like but a good kind of weird. But then I have a Prince of Amber in Sheila's court, followed by a half wood elf goddess in Amber's court. So I bring Amber into my story, and that's why I sent him. I said, you need to read this because I've written this book, and you really need to listen to the Chronicles of Amber, or at least read the Chronicles of Amber. And now that he has, I'm very, very curious to see if that changes anything with my second book. Like I said, I don't know if he's listened to all of my second book or not. He was very busy, and he went through some stuff here, as you saw his bout with the flu, as he mentioned down here, long bout of flu. So that's not fun. I'm glad he's okay, obviously. All right, I'm rambling as usual because I don't try to follow a script. I just don't do it. I hope you will hang with us Sunday night, 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock Eastern time, in the chat. I can't wait to see what he's going to say about this. I want to see, but this is the cover of the there's different covers for these books. This is from the Science Fiction Book Club books that I sent him. And that's basically Corwin's body with the Dungeon Minister's head on it. An oversized head, which is just cracking me up. And I love these two cats here. Very, very cool. I'm trying to think what else to say other than I hope you'll come listen. I hope you'll listen to Roger Zelazny's narration of this book, and I hope you'll listen to my narration of my books. That's if I could have my subscribers listen to anything, it would be my books. If you want me to make more videos about manifesting, my issues with it, my problems with it, why it's not working for me, and why I think it's not working for me, and what I'm trying to do now, which is basically just let go and forget about it and stop trying because it doesn't work. I've been at it and it's pointless to do that. Clearly what I did is proof that what manifestors claim works doesn't work. It might work for a few people. It might. There are people on here who say, oh no, I get everything I want. Great. Glad it works for you. Doesn't work for most people. It just doesn't. Actually, if you're familiar with Neville Goddard, his ladder experiment proved that it doesn't work for most people because most people didn't climb a ladder. Only a few people climbed a ladder when they tried his ladder experiment, and only the ones who climbed it were to come back next week, and only a few people showed up. The masses didn't show up next week because they didn't climb a ladder either. I didn't either. I saw ladders, didn't climb any because you're not supposed to. Your imagination is supposed to create a scenario where you end up climbing it and you can't believe you climbed it. Never happened. And that probably filled my mind with doubts like, well, I guess this doesn't really work. And that was the end of that. But I continue to do what Neville said to do, which is imagine what you want. It's manifesting, according to Neville Goddard, is this. This is what it is. You imagine what you want, visualize it in your mind. You go to sleep at night imagining this reality that you want, that you already have the thing you want. Jesus said it. Believe that you already have it, and it shall be yours. That's a direct quote from the Bible. Believe that you already have it, and it shall be yours. Neville quoted it. He said you have to imagine and you have to believe. Why does this work according to Neville? He said God is our imagination. Jesus is your imagination, your consciousness. His evidence for this is Jesus said the kingdom of God is within you. The Bible says Christ in us, the hope of glory. Do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit? Your body. So in you is the temple of the your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit is in you. God is in you. Christ is in you. So if you imagine, that's God creating within you. And now all you have to do is believe that what you've imagined is true. If you believe it, it will happen in a natural way, not in a miraculous way. A Ferrari's not going to fall out of the sky. $1 million is not going to fall out of the sky. It will happen in a very natural way that will not seem miraculous at all. And I said, great. And I've been imagining and imagining and imagining and imagining for years, and it's never worked one single time. And people say you're doing it wrong. Well, of course you're going to say you're doing it wrong, because the only other alternative is it doesn't work. So either it doesn't work or I'm doing it wrong. Well, I did what everyone said and it still didn't work. Oh, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Well, how about it doesn't work? Actually, I still think it does work, but it only works for a few. And I think that means there's a secret to it. And part of that secret, I think, has to do with letting go and not trying. Because if you're trying to make it work, then that's saying to your subconscious mind, it's not working. Why are you trying to make it work? Jesus said, believe that you already have it. Well, if I already have it, I don't need to make it work. I already have it. But I don't already have it. Let's just say $1 million. You don't have it. It's not here. So you can believe it. You can claim to believe it, but you know the truth 24/7. You're living your life without the $1 million that you're trying to manifest into your life. $1 million, $1 billion, it doesn't matter. A Ferrari, a wife, a husband, whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So you have to believe it, but it doesn't come because you live 24/7 without it, and you have to literally deny your senses. Neville even said that. You have to deny your senses. Ignore what your senses and reason tell you. But the problem is they tell this to you 24/7. So it's inevitable that you're going to doubt. It's inevitable that you're going to start looking around. Where is it? Well, it's not working then. And it never did. So I have to just let go. Well, how do I do that? How do I let go while still imagining that I have it and still believing that I have it? How do you let go? Let go how? I've never had that explained to me well, actually, I did have it explained to me in a way that kind of made sense when I read it. But now, nothing. Now, it's funny that I'm talking about manifesting because I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to make a short, 3-4 minute video about the Chronicles of Amber. Come join us Sunday night. The Chronicles of Amber is, I don't want to say it involves imagination, but it does, because Zelazny imagined this world, just like I imagined my world. I imagined my world. This is a map of my world. That's a map right there that I drew of my world. That world is real to me. My imaginal acts that I've been imagining for the past 6 years, my dream home, my dream life, it's very real to me. It's very real to me. This world and these characters, these characters right here in this picture right here that you can see, are all very real to me. Every writer, they're real to these people. Anyone who's written a story knows what I'm talking about. The characters become real. 9 Princes in Amber, I'm sure these characters were all very real to Roger in his days throughout, when he'd go to bed at night and when he'd get up in the morning. These characters are with him. They're very real. To the point where I know this is going to sound a little weird. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if Roger is now in Amber, that it is a real place. Now, why would I say it's a real place? Well, because in my opinion, the universe is infinite. And if the universe is infinite, all realities exist. Now, in the manifesting reality that people talk about, all realities, all possible realities exist in the quantum field. So whatever you want, you can have through your imaginal acts. You can be rich, you can be famous, you can have whatever, because all of those realities exist. Well, what about fantasy? Do they exist too? Why not? Why wouldn't they exist? Why wouldn't Amber exist in the universe if the universe is infinite? And I believe it's infinite. I don't believe that it's finite. Because what's on the other side of it if it's finite? They say the universe is expanding. Expanding into what? What is where it is not, but it's expanding into? What's there now? Empty space. Okay, that's what the universe is. The universe is mostly empty space. So if the universe is mostly empty space and an atom is mostly empty space, electrons, protons, and neutrons, but it's mostly empty space, then all of the universe, which is infinite, is mostly empty space, and within that infinite space, all realities exist. Which means, in my opinion, everything that's ever written exists because we imagined what we wrote. Every single one of us, every single writer who's written any story, they imagined those things. Therefore, they exist in the universe. So I think Roger could be, I'm not saying he is in Amber, but he could be. And that would actually make a lot of sense to me. And so, maybe when I die, I'll go to Forestera. Oh, I won't complain one bit if that happens. I will not complain one bit if that happens. If I could press a button and go there, I'm going there. Because that's my world. I created it. So I'd be the creator. Hi, I'm the creator. I've created Forestera. Nice to meet all of you people. Good to meet you all. Thank you for hanging out here. Go away now. I'm the creator. I'm sending you all away. No, I'm just messing around. All right. So that's my little thing on manifesting. I think there is something to it, but it's difficult to make it work. And it has to do with letting go and relaxing and stop trying. I think it might involve having to do shadow work. Oh, shadow work. Wait, the Chronicles of Amber, all worlds are shadow worlds. And there's this thing called shadow work. Maybe that's what I have to do. I don't know. I think the only thing I have to do is know that the thing that I desire is already mine and there's nothing that needs to be done and I just have to relax and forget about it. And if that doesn't work, then I'm out of options and you know what? I'll just live my life until I die. Because that's what I'm going to do anyway. I don't have any say in that. I might die, any day, and I might die 30, 40 years from now, or 5 or 10. Who knows? I can't be concerned about it because as far as I know, it's out of my control. I mean, Neville died in his 60s. Wayne Dyer died in his 70s. They didn't live to be 100. I think Wim Hof is going to live to be over 100 years old. I wouldn't be surprised if Wim Hof made it to 120. If you don't know who Wim Hof is, go look him up. He's incredible. This video did not go the way I thought it was going to go. All right. I hope you check this all out, and I hope you join us Sunday night because I can't wait to hear all that the Dungeon Minister has to say about the Chronicles of Amber, and I want to know if he's listened to the rest of this book, my book, because I bring it into my book, and it's a wild, wild story. Wild, wild story. This story that I was not planning on doing that. That was not part of book 2. And it ended up being part of book 2. I was just going to bring his gaming group into my book. That was my big thing. And he thought it was really cool. Go for it. And so I did. And I'm very pleased with how this went. This is a 51-minute chapter. You can see the different chapters. Some are short, some are long. That was something. The Amber thing is pretty long too. 42 minutes. Oh no, the first one isn't short, 22 minutes. But the second one's 42 minutes. That one's a little more involved. This one's very interesting chapter too. A meeting of girls and dungeon masters. Yes, there's a dungeon master in my story. You'll meet him somewhere around here. I forget exactly where he comes in, but it's cool. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably not gonna post this. I'll probably just redo this and do a shortened version. So why am I saying that on the video now? You all have a good one. Hopefully we'll see you guys Sunday night in the chat.